Welcome to Above Par. I'm your host, Kathy Hartwood. I show you how to take more of your talent to the golf course without practicing harder, taking more lessons, or buying new equipment. I show you how to end the frustration of underperforming so you can start playing to your potential. This is where you are going to learn how to think above par so you can play below par. Let's get to it. Hello, my golf friends. Welcome back to Above Par. So nice to have you here. I hope you're having a beautiful week. I had an amazing time out at Mirabel, which is in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I talked to the members. I did a presentation. It was about 6 hours, 7 hours. It was quite a long day with 50 members there. It was awesome. We talked about how to unleash your game. It was a beautiful place. The weather wasn't so great, but it was a great day for everybody to be inside. Yeah, what a great workshop they put on. And I was happy to be invited out there and a part of a beautiful club. One of my clients put it all together. It was so much fun. I was in and out of Arizona. It actually snowed that night, maybe slushy, sleety kind of thing. It actually snowed. It was kind of cold for Arizona. It's the coldest I've ever been in Arizona. But I'm going back out in a couple more weeks. But yes, I'm bringing this content to clubs around the country. So if you're interested in doing a workshop at your club or a program like this, just reach out to me. But today I want to talk about lenses, the lenses that we look through, the way that we interpret the world, our experience on and off the golf course. And this topic came to me because it was just a different way of saying actually what I talk about, but it was just a little different spin on it. I was having a conversation with somebody and I was a little taken aback because how could what I be saying be so misinterpreted by this other person? I actually didn't sleep very well that night because I was trying to put it all into words and trying to convey exactly what was going on. And this is the analogy that I came up with. Our lenses. It's like if we went into Sunglass Hut or a sunglass store and we saw all these different sunglasses with all these different color lenses. Those lenses, when we put them on, is how we interpret our environment. So it's going to filter our experience through this lens. Everything that we hear, everything that we see, we're going to hear through the lens that we put on. Now, this is the other thing that I want to tell you is the lenses that we pick and the ones that we wear right now, we all wear certain lenses, sunglasses. We look through the world with a tinted view. Some of them we didn't pick. We were influenced by our parents or important people in our life. And often they would share their interpretation of the world with us. So we adopted a lot of the views of ourselves or the world through the people in our lives. And then we put on these glasses and we don't question them, right? And we carry on. Now, I'm not saying any of them are bad or wrong necessarily. You get to decide. The point more is that we never pause and take a look about how we're looking at the world. And one of the ways to do that is how we feel. Reactions to people, getting defensive, keep producing the same results over and over again. It's worth looking at like what lenses am I looking through? So let me give you some examples. On the golf course, this could look like I'm just not good enough. I don't hit it far enough. I don't belong on the golf course or in this group. Now listen, I'm going to tell you that was a lens of mine for a long time, especially growing up as a woman playing this game way back when. There were plenty of opportunities for me to adopt these glasses, this lens. There were certain times of day that I wasn't allowed to play. There were rooms that I wasn't allowed to walk in. There were clubs that I couldn't set foot on. There were 1/4 of the tournaments available to me as there were to my brother. So many indications that I didn't belong. Right? Not all of them are glaring at you. When I played on the European tour, I went to a club on an off week and played with my friend, and I had to walk past a sign that said no dogs or women allowed in that order. Clearly they're sending the message that women aren't allowed. Women don't belong. I've showed up at a club 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes before women were allowed on property, which was 2:00, and I was practicing on the putting green, and an assistant pro came out and asked me to stand underneath a willow tree for 4 minutes until it struck 2. And there's nobody on the putting green. There was nobody. I didn't see a soul out there sending me a message that I don't belong. Right? So often I would look through that lens as I played golf for a living in my golf community, of different ways that I didn't belong, because I was scanning for that, because those were glasses that I put on and I never questioned it. Instead of looking for different ways that I did belong, I often look for different ways that I didn't belong. And I felt crappy because I found plenty of them, right? I filtered everything out, even minutely looking for evidence that I didn't belong. So that could be a thought that you have. Everybody's better than me. If you put on those glasses and you scan your environment looking for ways that everybody's better than me, you'll find them for sure. You will feed into that thought. You might think that other people think you're not good enough or that you suck. The lens that I'm too old, you throw those glasses on, you will keep looking for evidence of different ways that you're too old. Different reasons why you're not hitting it as far as you used to hit it, or you're not as sharp as you used to be, or you're not playing like you did when you were much younger, which is another lens we can put on. I used to play so much better. Right? Another one I had was I'm always going to struggle with my putting. For every round, I grab those suckers and put them on. Right? And then I go out there and look, like, the minute I miss a putt, I'm like, yep, there you go. I struggle with my putting. This is really evident of the way our world is right now. I'm not going to talk politics or worldviews or anything, but we can definitely tell the different lenses that people have put on. I was at dinner not too long ago, and the woman started talking about politics, and I didn't say a word. And she got herself so worked up on this topic without me saying a word. And the conversation was all about a lens that she was looking at life through that aggravated her and upset her. Instead of looking through a different lens, looking for things that she wanted to see, she put these glasses on, looking for the things that she wanted to see, and they were all so negative. Right? The media can drive that for sure, right? They want to push a narrative. They want you to put on glasses. They want you to see through a certain narrative. I want you to look through a narrative. I want you to look through the glasses that I'm offering you up in this podcast. Those glasses are that you can manage your mind. You get to think whatever you want. You're in charge of how you feel. You create your results for yourself. You have more control than you think. I want to have you look through those lenses where you start scanning for different ways that you have different options to think and feel so that you can create different results, that you're not stuck. I want you to put those glasses on. That's part of my narrative that I say in this podcast. We can have these lenses in our life too, these different glasses that we put on. They can sound like nothing is working for me. Nothing is working in my favor. People are out to get me. Life is hard. I'm not enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not short enough. I guess that would be if you wanted to be a jockey or a gymnast, right? There's I'm not enough. And then we scan looking through that lens of all the different ways that we're not enough. And they'll seem like someone set off a red flare because they seem like they're everywhere, giving us more evidence to believe those thoughts, to leave that lens on. It could be that I don't matter. If you have the thought that I don't matter or the lens that I don't matter, anytime someone picks up a phone while you're having a conversation, anytime someone doesn't call you back or email you back, anytime someone doesn't listen to you while you're speaking, you're going to say, see, I don't matter. So I wanted to create this visual for you as thinking of it as glasses. And if you went back into the sunglass hut and you had all these different glasses that you could pick from, if it was an option, you have things from rose colored and yellow colored to dark and black, and you got to pick. What would you pick on purpose? What would you like to filter your environment with? What would you like to filter your golf game with? Your experience at the golf course? What lens do you want to look through? Because you have that option. I think it's so worth looking at. The more you get fired up and have uncomfortable and negative feelings, and you get defensive, it's worth pausing, unless you like it, of knowing exactly what lens you're looking through. What glasses have you put on? What lenses have you adopted from when you were very young, from your parents, that you just never questioned? There's thousands of options in there because we all grew up in different environments with different parents, had different views. They shared them with us. So if you had to pick, if there was a platter, without worrying about your aesthetics and how nice you looked in them, what would that lens be? How do you want to view your golf game? How do you want to view the world? How do you want to view your life? How do you want to view yourself? You get to pick. Because once you put those on, then you're going to start seeing more and more evidence of that. Putting them on, changing your view, thinking you are enough, or that you belong, or that you don't have to hit everything perfect, or that you aren't your golf game, or that life is working for you, not against you, can be uncomfortable. That's what takes effort and repetition and determination. Just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean it's not right or that it won't work. Just like changing your grip. So what lens do you want to look at your golf game through? You get to pick. You can head to the Sunglass Hut. I'm not sponsored by them. And try some on. All right, my friends. If you need any help picking out your lenses that you want to look at your golf game through or life through, just reach out to me at kathyhartwood.com. Have a beautiful week. I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Bye.